down time, changing all the laws. Try to catch it with my hands so that I can take it home. Hoping I can keep it when I'm dead, when you're gone. Try to catch it with my, catch it with my, try to catch it with my. Sometimes fast and sometimes slow, they'll fall into the ground. Dance around circles, and I catch them with my mouth. It softens all the noises, it softens all the things. Everything is wild. So I kiss you with my hand, try to hold and make it stay. In the end it melts away. Try to catch it with my, so I catch it with my hand, try to hold and make it stay. In the end it melts away.
Welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me. Smash that like button. We are going to do another love notes for TLC. This one is titled The Price of a Soul, which is 3 weeks ago, streamed 3 weeks ago, September 18th, 2022. We got Martha with me right now, and we are gonna get into things in a quick second. I'd like to welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. And hey, it is a Monday night, October the 10th, 2022, just a few minutes after 11 p.m. EDT for me. Hopefully everybody's doing well. And we are going to get started quite shortly. Okay, wait a second here. All right, welcome everybody. Colleen, Pippi, Chicken, what's up? Kelly Wade, Tudor Times, V, A Fish by Another Name, Lindsay, Pause and Pose, Key, Mary, Edna, April Love, Cruella, Tudor Times, and everybody else. Let me share my screen and we are gonna get straight into it. Let me put this at 1.25x as a good playback speed. I haven't actually checked anything on Foodie Beauty lately because I've been away. I'm not sure what she's doing, if she's doing anything at all, or if she's posted anything on the community tab. Nothing so far since I've seen. Okay. Happy Monday, everybody. Thanksgiving for us. All right, so let's get started. Let's see what she's up to. I'll give some insight as we go along, but this is what she is saying 3 weeks ago, September 18th.
Okay, so today is September 18th, 2022. I just wanted to live stream this instead of having to upload it later
Hi,
on.
Blizz and Mimi. What's up?
And
Don's Hogbox. Hi there.
normally I'm very cheerful. Normally I have something to look forward to. I always have some semblance
Also-
of balance. I'm very out of balance right now because...
Also, I should say one thing before we go any further. Please, everybody, trigger warning. Trigger warning. She does and says anything and everything can be shocking, triggering to a lot of people. So please keep that in
my
mind.
hormones are telling me that I need the child that I was supposed to have breastfed. And that's a necessity. It's not...
So she's without a child
not too
that she
much
gave
to
birth
ask.
to last month.
I wasn't doing anything wrong whatsoever. Even the lactation specialist came in and said I was just going to have to, you know, cut back on smoking marijuana. They didn't say anything about having to stop. And then the courts made up some BS about me needing to be detained and me having to do these certain jumping through hoops in order to get my own property back. You don't own children.
Yes.
They came through my vessel, so technically I would be the first one and only one to own it. So I don't understand what people are talking about.
Whoa, what's
Not
going on?
You
Hey,
sound
Jenny
deranged,
B.
all of you, to have stolen my child upon the words of videos. I don't ever act out. There's plenty of video.
Wait a second. Something's going on with YouTube tonight. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to make sure I log off of everything else because for some reason YouTube does this every once in a while. Let's continue.
There's eyewitness accounts. There's people that know me, relatives even, that could vouch for me, that would say I would have never harmed the child. She talks a lot of shit, but she's actually a very pleasant person to be around, and they enjoy my company. So I'm not really sure what the hell this is about. I don't know why you're manipulating this into making it look bad for me, when in actuality you're just making yourselves look bad because you didn't offer me the things that I needed during the times that I'd asked for it.
Right.
And suitable housing, something decent enough to be able to contain my child while I was trying to figure things out.
As we've come to learn and understand, she likes things given to her. She likes things given to free. And that's what she thinks she not only wants, but needs, but deserves. Oranges Poranges says, Happy Indigenous Peoples Day in the US. Happy Indigenous Peoples Day. Okay, we're
I didn't
having...
need a job. I already had an income. I had Social Security disability. I am not fixed. Post-traumatic stress disorder does not just go away. You owe me a shit ton of money. I'm a disabled citizen. I'm not even...
Who owes her
I'm not
money?
even playing. I'm not even like manipulating anything. You have my thoughts. You have my constant thoughts, and you know that. I usually voice them aloud. I
Hey,
usually
Polygon
pray
Wrong,
aloud
what's
to
up?
God. And even when I have passing thoughts, my phone catches those. That's so odd. Electronics are so interesting. So anyway, the price of my son's soul.
Yeah, and she really thinks she could smoke and breastfeed. She doesn't really care much for the rules. She doesn't really live her life in the parameters of the law. So yeah, she loves the green and she feels that she should just smoke and breastfeed.
That's what we're discussing in this feed. The price of what had happened, because I had put all efforts into maintaining that child. The vitamins, the exercise, eating healthfully.
She refuses
plenty of
help all
water,
the time,
having
to
to
her
purchase all
times.
of those things, having to migrate it to different locations to spend all the gas to keep him safe, everything. I housed him, even in my vehicle. He was fine. He was very well maintained. I didn't fornicate, but one time after I found out he existed, and I did fairly well for someone with so many issues. Someone that
Welcome,
was
everybody.
so dangerous to the world around her. The car isn't a house. They should have provided me a house. They knew better. They knew.
Wait a second. So you want the government to provide you a house because you live in a car and that's not the right type of environment for your child?
9 months in advance, I had told everyone from the very beginning I needed a home. I couldn't just go back to my family. My family was deranged.
Hey, meat
So
eating
the majority
organ.
of it still stands. I mean, I don't retract anything I state.
So true,
Not at all.
Edna.
That would be the devil. That would be me giving in like when I was 12 years old and all this shit happened because I lied. because I lied to protect others, the people that I loved. And you shouldn't even do that. Why? Everyone has everything tracked and traced. Everything is, visible on these 3D screens. They know when you're lying about stuff. They know. So I was punished.
Right,
I was
Cruella?
treated as a liar. And I realized that I should.
I've noticed her mindset is that everybody is deranged, everybody's a fool, she's a genius, she's smart, she knows what she's talking about, when most of the time she doesn't. In fact, almost all the time she doesn't.
Have been helped though. I'm sick and tired of this being blamed for shit that I didn't do. My son, I placed plenty of thousands of dollars in effort to take care of him, and normally people get paid for the adoption, so that paper and everything was illegal because they didn't offer me any type of any money toward it.
For
so
sure,
none
Pippi.
of it, the processing of it was legal. The fact that they took that as actual viable signatures during a time that I was severely traumatized right after giving birth, and giving birth after having been forced into being pregnant because I
Right,
didn't ask
Polly?
for it. I wasn't provoking it. It wasn't something I was seeking. So when I tried to explain that, instead I got in trouble. Oh, because I can't voice my opinion as a woman. I can't voice my opinion and seek help and seek counsel.
She totally
counsel,
could.
And some
She totally could voice her opinion. So the whole pregnant thing is off her encounters with guys from last year, November 24th, December 2nd, December 4th. She blamed the pregnancy on the guy December the 4th, but she also had an encounter with a guy on December the 2nd. Now, when the guy asked if she got the birth control, because he was kind of, well, actually, all the guys were concerned, she decided not to take it, and guess what happens? Trigger warning, everybody, trigger warning. Of course, she says shocking things all the time, so if you're sensitive, please leave.
Some assistance. I can't get that because my body created life, so I have to be removed from that life because the father was a piece of shit. That's confusing for everyone. Can I have my son back? And I say piece of shit because anybody that would know better doesn't just have sex with a woman while she's sleeping. You don't do that. That is not something you do. And they have video
True,
of that.
Cruella.
I'm not going to fucking court. Why the fuck would I? All they do is hurt me and harass me and touch me. You're not supposed to touch me. You're not supposed to detain me. You're not supposed to harass me like that. No more shots. And you keep violating me.
Where does
You
she
keep making
live?
everyone believe
No,
this
she
bullshit.
lives in Canada.
It's just bullshit. There's
She,
nothing I do.
my bad, she doesn't live in Canada. Excuse me. My thoughts are everywhere. She doesn't live in Canada. I actually wanted to clarify the whole situation where she's talking about the court thing. The court thing is she's supposed to show up for court because she has false rape allegations. She got charged for that because of the guy that she had an encounter with December the 4th. She kept on saying that he raped her. The authorities investigated. They found that that was not the case. They brought up on her on false rape charges, and she's talking about skipping. If we fast forward, she did get placed into custody, and the last time I heard for about a week ago that she was being extradited. So this is almost current, but not so current because after this she did get arrested.
That is
About a week
obedient on
after.
anyone but myself. And then it's all your fault because you bullied me into it. And that's the fucked up part because you're like, oh, I don't want to own up to that. Nah. You killed off a nice one. You killed off somebody that was willing to help you and was just a nice, genuinely nice person. Good for you. Good for you. Pat on your fucking back. You're stupid assholes. And fuck you.
True, Lolo.
So yeah, they say stay strong. The fuck? I am severely traumatized. The fuck? How would anybody take my fucking word for viable truth at this time? I literally just got my child stolen from me 8 hours after giving birth.
Exactly,
Over something I
Cruella.
didn't do. How do you neglect a baby within 8 hours? His fucking titty was in my mouth. I fell asleep at one point for like a couple minutes, and then the fucking nurse walks in. So that's when I realized, when all this coincidental things were happening, people were walking in when I was like doing just the strangest things. When I would go to the restroom sometimes, that's when they'd show up. I was always so confused in the psych wards. And then I realized, my God, they're getting my signatures left and right. That doesn't even exist. That's not even viable. They're getting my signatures left and right, and I'm on a bunch of fucking pharmaceuticals. I can't even speak right now. I'm just going along with whatever they say.
So exhausting.
Because I feel like, okay, that's what they told me to do. Go along with authority my entire life. And I went along with what my parents said too. And half the time that was bullshit.
That's false, actually. She doesn't go along with the authority. If you're familiar with her, she does the opposite. She doesn't go along with the authority. That's why if she goes to shelters, people get upset. She doesn't go along with anybody in her authority. She'll literally do the opposite of what you try and tell her to do. And that's why she is in a lot of the positions she's in. Remember the first stream ever? Because this is the third stream I'm doing on her. The first stream, she was told to leave her ex-husband's driveway. Did she leave? No. She was told several times. She was cautioned. She was spoken to repeatedly. She didn't want to leave until when they were going to arrest her. Then she wanted to leave, but then the cop took away the choice of her leaving in her vehicle.
No one ever got anywhere. We
Exactly.
Talked, and all we did was fight
Cruella, she
constantly in
doesn't.
circles. And look at what's going on with my family now. My parents still divorced. They don't know right from wrong. My mother off fucking whatever. I just don't even know. I don't want to talk about my family. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about the issues that you're causing me because you're ripping away my child and my psychological fucking imbalances due to it. It's all your fault. I don't do anything. I smoke some weed. What's the problem with that? I relax with it. What's the problem with that? There should have been no
Exactly,
problem.
Polly.
None of the places had an issue with that until
Victim
you came
mentality,
along,
true.
moments after I went to these places, discussed shit with them, and they were forced to have to kick me out of these facilities. They didn't even tell me why. They said that
They did tell her
disclose
why.
why they couldn't help me.
She's a problem. That's why. She is the type of person that gets kicked out of a lot of places. In fact, practically all the places. Why? Because she doesn't like to listen to people in positions of authority. She feels like she should tell them what to do when they, in fact, know better. But she'll tell them they don't know better. She knows better, and she's just going to do whatever she wants to do.
That sounds a bit suspicious, don't you think? And I was like, wait a second. The fact that I'm voicing my opinion, they don't like that. No one in society likes that. And everyone always told me to shut my mouth. I'm not going to shut my fucking mouth until you do right by me. I'm sick and tired of this. Maybe then I'll just shut up because then I'll get the plenty of the gifts and everything and I'll just disappear like everyone wants. Leave me alone. Don't fucking touch me. So, and don't watch me in the private time that I have. I mean, you're watching everyone behind closed doors. That you have a grid, you have a panel of
Right,
fucking
Daddy Kevin.
electronics. You think that they don't send a vibration to each fucking thing, every metallic around it? Oh my God, people are so
What?
stupid. And I was like, God's watching. God's always watching. I mean, the money, all of it. It was
Cruella says they offered her to see him and she refused court.
intriguing.
Exactly.
I love that you came out with those movies.
Exactly. Look at
National
that.
Treasure, all those things. That made me think. I was like, holy
For sure,
shit,
Jenny B.
all of this stuff is true. But I just didn't want to think about it. I didn't want to think that you'd ever hurt me like this, that you'd use me as a pawn like that. And my son, I offered him to you freely, but do you understand it's not free if my signature costs a certain value? Like if it's, you know what I'm saying? Like none of it makes sense. Please help me
Kind of
figure
makes
out my
sense.
sentencing because you all look stupid.
And his signature does have value.
You're literally
It's legally
fucking
binding.
up. And you keep fucking up generation after generation and you wonder how and why and you're not listening. Give me my fucking child back. I don't even, you know what? I understand that you did this all illegally. I understand that you did this unlawfully and you did this very backhandedly.
Right, Polly.
But I think that enough is enough. I'm pretty sure that nearly 3 weeks by tomorrow, 3 weeks away from my child, that's enough. I've done 6 years with my daughter. How long
I don't know exactly what you mean, Lola FC, but does she actually have people that truly support her?
are you going to do it with this one? You want to say 21 years? And I'm thinking, do you realize how fucked you are? Do you realize how fucked you are? How
Well, Cruella has answered and says she has quite a few, so there you go.
fucked up he's going to be, and how fucked up your whole system's going to be, and how everything's going to go to shit for you because you just couldn't.
Trigger
Just leave me
warning.
alone. You just wanted me to voice my opinion about everything because when it happens to me, then it's a clear, just a genuine reaction from somebody that is more wholesome, that wants nothing to do with anything bad or bad to happen to anyone else. Just a nice person.
I mean, she gets pretty good views on her channel if you look at it. Love Knows for TLC. Not as much as Chantel would get as per video, but she has quite a backing of people that do watch her streams and her videos. So yeah, there's always going to be people that for whatever reason get attached to you. They like you, they like what you're posting, etc., etc., etc. Smash that like button. Thank you.
Because I try to be nice to you people. I want
Thank you,
myself
Cruella.
back. I'm tripping out. This body's tripping out. Everything is deteriorating very quickly. I'm not doing well. My psychological well-being is completely off balance, and it's because you stole the child completely. That's the only reason, as well as not filing for the rape properly, as well as everything that happened with my daughter, all of that, my child getting ripped away, all of it. Because after
She could have like Cruella has said, like she keeps saying they stole her child, but she was the one who decided that she didn't want to listen to anybody and that she didn't want to go to court for the child. So what is she talking about? As Cruella said, they offered her to see him, her child and she refused court, but yet she's saying something otherwise. Cruella also says she does get super chats.
After the abortion, I was fucked up. After the forced abortion that I had when I was 21. So everything, I tried to explain to everyone, like, all of this, why aren't you looking into the real issues? Why aren't you looking into the real issues as to why I'm fucked up, why you have to pay my check every month, why it's suitable, why you guys need to stop harassing me and start harassing yourselves in the mirror and say, why is this happening in this day and age? Why would a mother, a great mother, one that wanted to breastfeed the child that she was wanting to reject? I knew that it was wrong. I knew that they were going to steal him. I didn't want to get attached, but I did anyway because it was for his sake.
Just an FYI, she's repeatedly said or made claims about unaliving her child multiple times. This is one of the reasons why they took the child away.
Because I loved him, and I
She's even repeatedly talked about unaliving herself as well.
do anything for the people that I love most, which is a lot of people, a lot of random people that have kept me going through my darkest times, and they don't even know it. And it's just like sometimes when I openly was communicative about it, I was too emotional, and people didn't believe me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? My life is very just moment to moment. It's fragmented because, you know, the times that I had been without oxygen,
For sure,
obviously that fucks with
Pippi.
the brain.
Exactly.
Obviously, there's something that is wrong chemically, and so I attach to things differently. I'm a little bit more responsive, or what's the word?
Hi, Marie.
I feel these things,
Welcome.
but I have a high pain tolerance as well, so I feel every bit of stimuli and additives, everything, all the differences. I'm trying really hard, and I try to distinguish here and there who's being true and who's not being true, but I want to give everyone the benefit of the doubt, and also too, I know when some people are
She
playing games.
talks
I know
really
when some people
fast.
are being dishonest, and I know that I should avoid that, but then I give them that leeway, that leniency to deal with me to see if they're going to approach me in a different manner, that if they're going to respect me, respect the situation. No, I'm not reading any of the comments, so sorry about that. There's no reason to get a
Yeah, we
job.
see
There's
she's not
absolutely
reading the
none. I'm
comments.
psychologically
Hey,
damaged
random.
to society. Aside
That's another thing. She doesn't like to get a job nor want to get a job. She feels she doesn't need to get a job. She doesn't want a job. She just wants to come online, live in gyms, stay in her car, you know, be in gyms all day, doing whatever, dancing, whatever she wants to do, and then she'll come online and hey, people support her. Quite a
from
few,
my children,
as
I would
Corilla
be a
said.
lovely mother and be able to raise them and teach them very well because I'm not a hindrance to anyone that I love. And I'm also not a hindrance to anyone else. But in actuality, I want to kill myself because the electronics have been talking to me since I was a child. And I knew that they were watching all the time. And I knew that they could have saved certain situations. But they chose not to because that's how they are. The ghosts, the trickster spirits, all of it, right? More like the feds. More like the people that have the fucking capacity to use these electronics on a mass scale and be able to document people and families and keep their research and see how people are
So,
honest and dishonest here and there. Well, anywho,
a
I'd like to be
conspiracy
honest,
theory
but
when it comes to electronics and the feds, the federales, the feds are monitoring people through these
I'm
electronics.
also very honest about this. You're fucking my child up. I'm very mad. I'm extremely mad. And all I want to do is punch you in the throat and stab you repeatedly.
Trigger warning, people. She likes to talk about not only unaliving herself, but unaliving other people. And she will also talk violently about what she wants to do, not only to herself, but to other people. So please, trigger warning. Right now, she's going through the rounds like she usually does.
Right in the fucking eyes, right in the fucking jugular, and the fucking eyeballs. And I'd also like to stab you in the penis, because a majority of you have penises that stole my child. This child wouldn't have damaged me. This child would have made me better. And also, too, my psychologist knew that. And what did you do? Try to kill him off? With the whole half his face is the fuck? What's going on in my story? Who's damaging my story like this? Who's doing
What
it all of a sudden?
story?
That all of the people that are prize witnesses, you know, character witnesses, are now dying off. Huh, how coincidental. So strange.
So I guess that was Dr. Carol, her shrink that she was talking about. Speaking of Dr. Carol once again is having a divorce. Not that it really matters, but just info.
I'm taking this very, very
If Corella said, was it yesterday you said to Corella or the night before that a lot of her thought processes and her beliefs do come from her shrink, Dr. Carol.
smoothly. Most people freak out.
Hey,
I've seen too
Roris.
many movies and I realize when you're after me, oh my god, oh my god. Yeah, and I understand there are some people, some hackers and whatever. They're not hackers, they're all through you idiots. You control that. You can shut that shit down if you want to. Don't be stupid. You know when people are hacking other people, don't be retarded. So that's
What? What? No, isn't that the whole point of hacking though? You don't know when somebody's hacking you, because that's the whole point of hacking, is for you to not know that they've accessed your information either for once or continually. That's the whole point.
That's why I didn't care. So that's why I was like, identity theft. What the fuck are you talking about? The government owns us. The fucking government would know every single thing that happens. Why? Can you leave me alone now? Give me my fucking shit back. I'm not even. Oh my god. I'm gonna stab you in the fucking throat one of these days. I'm literally.
Trigger warning.
And if it comes to it, it was self-defense. Straight up, and God knows it.
That's not self-defense. You're planning something ahead of time. So if it's pre-planned, that's actually not self-defense, because you're planning to get in a specific situation where you have to use force, which includes an up to violent force, because the way you're describing things could lead to unaliving somebody. So that is actually not self-defense in this moment.
If anybody approaches me, if any of these officers
Hey, Casper Kitty,
try to fucking arrest me for nonsensical reasons, things that don't exist, alleging a fucking rape, just because I liked it the second time, that doesn't mean I consented the first time. So that is technically rape. Technicalities. And what do you call that? A description? What did you just not want me to file? That's fine. We can retract it. You don't have to fucking harass me and put me in jail or try to say prison.
let me explain that. She kept on filing these false allegations, these false rape allegations against a specific individual that she slept with in December last year. The authorities investigated that, found out that these allegations were false, and decided to charge her for filing these false allegations. And this is what she's talking about.
Bullshit. Go suck a dick. Whoever fucking did that. Whoever fucking did that, you're a fucking idiot. So anyway.
So now she's upset
I'm getting too loud with the fucking...
that she has charges on her. Trigger warning.
Jesus Christ. You guys know exactly where I'm at anyway, so it doesn't even fucking matter. Doesn't matter where the fuck anything anybody says. You all know where we are, especially the ones that are chipped. Don't be stupid. That's why I knew that there was something up with my story. That's why I knew you didn't let certain shit happen. And that's why I know that you're going to prosecute me in a certain way, that you're going to do it just to make it look good for your story. I'm done. I don't want this anymore. I need my child. What in God's name are you doing? Using the Bible in a fucking court of law? What? That is so satanic. Do you not...
What? How is using a Bible in a court of law satanic? Let's hear this again. What? Where is your mindset coming from?
Using the Bible in a fucking court of law? What? That is so satanic. Do you not even realize that? Normally you do right in there.
Huh?
Right? You're trying. All you've done is fuck with me in the courts.
What?
All you've done with me, well, in the southern courts, and then now up in Illinois. What the fuck? I didn't have any issues with them. They didn't have any issues with me. They would have dropped that shit, and they said they dropped it, actually. They said that they dropped the resisting arrest and all of that because I went into labor and everything. And then the detective was like, oh, hold on. I don't know if that was really... No, bitch.
That's all over the place.
Beating off the system. And then turning around and acting like, oh, yeah, no, I didn't do that. Oh, you made that shit up. They make all the shit up at the spur of the moment, give you, paperwork right then at the spur of the moment. Some of it scribbled out, it's rewritten on that. That's not viable in court. You literally, you did something to alter the paper. That's a fucking violation. Any signatures for me wouldn't be viable either because of a traumatic event.
Mouse toes.
And so what is going on? Huh? I don't know what to do with my hands. All this is illegal. All of it. Every bit of processing. I told everyone.
What's
3 weeks of
illegal?
investigation? No, didn't think so. Didn't think so. Get your shit together. Get your act together.
Right, Lindsay?
I don't care what the fucking other pieces, other pawns in the story are. You deal with them on your own time. I've got my own shit to fucking deal with. My body is tripping the fuck out. You think that I just want to be away from my kid? You think that honestly, Leticia...
She was given a choice, though, to see the kid.
To just be like, here's a fucking baby. Adopt my baby. I didn't get anything out of it. I just wasted 9 months. And also, too, here you go. You deal with it and fucking violate it as much as possible. That's horrifying. No, I created that life. I don't want anything bad to happen to it. I never wanted it to be created in the first place because then when it's created, then it could go through suffering. And that's what hurts me. What? I don't create things in order for them to be damaged. I don't create things for them to be hurt. I don't create things that are, I don't want any of that. No.
Okay, she says she doesn't create things for that to be hurt, and I wish I could believe her, because if you knew this person, and some people do, the copious amount of times that she has alluded to wanting to hurt her child is actually rather sickening. The amount of times she's alluded to wanting to unalive her child is rather sickening. So we will be going through this. This is the third stream I'm doing for Love Notes for TLC, and there's going to be a lot more. We have to go over a lot. There's a lot of information that we got to go over, but I will be talking about certain things as we go along.
Oh, what? I literally didn't want to create a new life, especially at that point of my life, and I thought it was a blessing. I thought God was blessing me somehow. Like, that was traumatic. That was weird. Oh my God, the father, what a weirdo. Also, that was weird. So if I say something, God will help me. What? I mean, the first time I speak up about it in your side, because I spoke up about the fucking officer forcing me to give him head, and you have fucking evidence of that.
Huh?
Then you have, you know, what had happened too.
I'm sorry. Okay. One other thing, if you're new to her, that you need to know, if you're a guy and you are within her vicinity for whatever duration of time, she will very likely accuse you of some sort of rapey stuff. This is what she does. So let's continue. Just keep that in mind. Let's go back a little bit.
Forcing me to give him head, and you have fucking evidence of that. And then you have, you know, what had happened too with the doctor. That was illegal, where they didn't see it
What
as
happened
like
with the
my
doctor?
female rights and everything, against my constitutional rights, as you know. So the doctor fired me, endangering me and my daughter. So, what is going on? And also too, the orderlies that forced me to fucking touch myself in front of them, like, that's not cool. They were male orderlies. And
Did you file the report?
And I know.
If they're male orderlies and they did that to you, did you file the report? Did you make a complaint that they were actually doing that?
I was like, whoa, this is not okay. If they fuck with me, they're going to be fucked. Like, because I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell everyone.
Did you tell?
So, and I told everyone. And
okay.
Yet you still didn't process anything.
So they didn't believe you?
So instead you're prosecuting me, making me look bad. No, stop it. Everyone knows me. And the people that watch me, they've engaged with it. And they're like, man, this poor girl. Let's watch all of her videos and also laugh because she's silly. And that's not funny. It's still not funny. Like, I'm trying to make this out to be a very light thing, but this feels so realistic. Like, all this is very painful. I went and worked out yesterday. You know, you saw that. You were like, good job, girl. Good job. Okay, I get that. I shouldn't even be lifting what I've been lifting.
She likes going to the gym, by the way.
I don't feel well. I feel like there's no reason for me to, where's the nesting? Where's me? Where's me in the nest with my fucking chick? And so that I can breastfeed him. Like, I don't understand it. The whole concept, my body's going crazy. And I've tried to explain to people through the, you know, biological means why our bodies do these things, as well as just the inhumane tactics used in order to counteract that. That is not helping whatsoever. You're hurting me. You're not helping the situation. You're, you know, what is the word that I said the other day? You're wow. I'm so just
exactly, Polly. She can and she will.
I really am. I had no idea you were that perverse. Like, that you were that sick, that you would destroy my son's life in order to get to me, in order to hurt me. Who else are you hurting aside from him?
She had the baby a month ago, pause and pose.
And me. Because the father didn't step up during 9 months. He didn't fucking message me. He didn't care. He didn't care during the first week. I told him, right? Unless you interfered with him getting those messages.
Well, one of the two guys that she said got her pregnant actually did care and actually did want to take care of the baby.
Which could also be a plausible thing.
Is she a habitual liar? Like yes, she is.
But do I believe it? Only if you were to tell me.
She did lose a ton of weight.
You guys speak through the electronics, speak through people, all these things. I'm so done. Stop it. Like, I want my child back. I need him back. There's a difference. And I feel like my body wants that child so I can nourish him, so I can take care of him, so I can sustain his life. Nothing I did was wrong. Nothing. I sought help. I sought housing. You rejected me. It makes no sense. You make no sense. You didn't want the child. And then you made it out to be like I didn't want the child. I was just relaying what you were telling me. I don't truly believe that he is trash.
Who is she really talking to?
Anyway, all on this lower level, just so you know. We're all technically trash because we breathe this air, we breathe this nasty stuff, we eat all these toxins, we eat all these toxins in our food and all of that shit, and breathe a bunch of it in. Everything we touch, everything's contaminated, everything's got a virus, everything is gross. So that's what I meant by trash. And also that he was a dumpster baby and that's trash, right? That's a trash bin. And dumpster, meaning his father dumped a load of cum in me and then ran off. So, yes, I'm very violent.
But you were told about the birth control. They asked you, like, did you take the birth control? And you decided you were just going to go get gas. Reasons the range says she threatened to harm her baby before it was born. Yes, she did, on multiple occasions.
I'm very
over and
volatile.
over and
Why
over
shouldn't
again.
I disclose it in such a manner? These are true things. These are the way people talk nowadays. This is how it is, y'all. Don't you know? So, anywho, I'm done. Give me my fucking shit back. You already knew I was just the silent, smart type. That I didn't
Facts
want to
must
speak up.
those.
I didn't want to actually interfere because I saw the weird, crazy stuff around me. I just thought it was hilarious. I just thought people were dumb just to be dumb. When was I going to have any semblance of a life, though? Knowing that you had already had everything you know, whatever, predestined, everything. You know, that you had certain things, certain maneuvers tactics that you utilized on certain individuals because
One thing I also noticed, she is really into that like law of averages, manifestation type of stuff. Like, having the universe speak to
you didn't
you.
want them to succeed. Because you didn't want them, you wanted them to engage with their negative side more often than their positive, so that you would beat them down with certain vibrations. I get that. No, believe me, I get that. I understand you want people to kill themselves off. You want them to kill themselves off, but make believe that they're doing it on their own accord. I get that. So
Trigger
the
warning,
fact that
everybody.
somebody is more
She lives in her
prone
car.
to giving in to their primal urges, that proves to you that they're not willing to make any changes to
Giacomo, I do not review Kayana Clark piece. I do
evolve and
not.
advance, and neither are their offspring, and they're unworthy of help. So you understood that I didn't want to get a job. That's stupid. Leticia shouldn't have a job. Her job is to run
Right, Freedom
people
Deep?
with her fucking mouth. So yeah, I don't get it. I don't
Well,
understand. I
welcome.
think I'd make a great judge. Truly.
How would you make
I'd
a
give
great
everyone the
judge?
benefit of the doubt. Too many.
Really?
So some people are so retarded. They're saying something about my child being happy. No, he's not. He's not happy whatsoever. He's completely confused as to why he has no idea why he can't hear me anymore. Why he can't smell me, why he can't taste me. None of it. He is traumatized. You traumatized my child. You have literally tried to make us disconnect,
Who's
disconnect,
you?
and that's what you do
The
with people.
feds?
You want to see how hard that tie is. I'm not going to jump through your stupid hoops. You're hurting my baby, not me. And we're gonna share that with the world, because it's not the hoops in these earthly, judicial courts that are processing these fake ass fucking accusations. No, all right. We all know Leticia would never neglect a child.
Yikes. CMC's Black 2 says I just learned about Shiny and Rev tonight. Oh boy, yes, Shiny and Rev, I have been keeping up with them. Seems G-Man is telling a lot of shite on them, to the point that they were abusing their kids, and one of the boys actually did a audio recording explaining the situation and whatnot. And it seems Rev has actually been pretty active on his Revelation News channel, saying a lot of things, asking for money as he usually does. But still, I can't get over that he had hundreds of thousands of dollars that he squandered in just a couple of years. Why would you do that? Why? Hi there, Cirilli.
Never. She always places every effort into being mindful toward others, and that is another life force. And yes, I did want to harm myself when you detained me, but only after you detained me. So who is truly at fault? Is it the person that was abusive, or was it my reactive abuse? That's where we have to go back to the very beginning. Okay? So all
So
of this
she gets
stuff with my father,
disability.
all this stuff
Okay.
with my brother, all this stuff with my mother, everything that's gone on. That's why I told everyone we need the Supreme Court. We need the Supreme
Exactly,
Judge.
Rob.
God. And I say that God would never rip apart a mother and a child without due cause, probable cause, and proper investigation.
There is probable cause. You are not that great of a mother. You're not as great of a mother that you think you are.
Never would they
That
take
is
the money,
probable cause.
right? And yet they did. Because all they did was falsify all of my documentation, my criminal record. We all know I never violated anyone.
What?
You have all the proof of that. You saw every bit of footage when it came to that. You knew. I didn't even fight back. I tried to get them off of me. So, now, what are you going to do? You know damn well that when people physically assault others, you're supposed to process things. You're supposed to.
Yeah, Giacomo, I remember that. That was epic. The driving from Colorado to Pennsylvania, getting stuck on the track, trying to push the vehicle off the track. And then I remember Shiny got lost for some reason, right? That was a
In
trip.
this day and age, process through your courts. So when a violation happens, and a child has been speaking out since she was 12 years old, since, what is that? Approximately 2000? Somewhere in there? The year 2000? Something is wrong. something is wrong with the system. Something is very flawed. And
Trigger
this
warning.
child has been speaking out to all of her therapists and everything, and no one has ever filed for her, knowing that she had some semblance of Stockholm syndrome, knowing that she just doesn't understand. She just goes to wherever someone accepts her, wherever somebody's going to be nice to her for the moment, even if it is just a fragment of a day.
What is she talking about? Isn't her child or old child with her ex-husband and his new wife?
A fragment of an
So what is she talking about? Isn't the child happy in her father's home?
afternoon, a fragment of an hour, because she feels safe for just a moment. She runs because she has nowhere safe. So whose fault is that truly? Should we say the U.S. government? Should we say?
You mean Pippi Chicken? Her face reminds you of Eileen Wuornos. Isn't she like? Is she like the first or female? I forgot, but she was a killer that was active in 1989 to 1990. That was engaging in street prostitution and were killing the guys. I remember that.
I would say
Most
so. I'll
prolific.
get the gavel down
Yep,
on that.
exactly.
I would say, this was not filed and processed properly. That's why this child has been homeless and has been neglected. This child here.
First Monday
You
day.
have
Yeah, that's
neglected
what I
him.
thought.
And in turn, that neglect was forced upon my child. And now that child is eating toxic formula that you placed out for people to choke on because you thought, well, the people that want the easy way out. Yes, I understood that. That's why I said all these negative things in my videos, because
How the hell does she know it's toxic baby formula?
I heard those whispers. I heard that's why you did this. That's why they were
For
sending
sure,
recalls.
Beaker.
None of that was coincidental. I understood that you had toxic fields of grain, toxic cattle, because of all the
What?
additives, all the injections, all the hormones, all the pesticides, everything that they were eating through the fields was getting into their meat. Sullen, or not sullen, tainted, like toxic meat. Everything was toxic. This was already going on for many years. People didn't realize
For
the
sure,
plague had already been
Cyrilli.
here. The vaccine is just another way of reprimanding or like reproaching the situation, trying to discourage people from purchasing any of those toxic products and going for everything that is quick and convenient because it is so toxic. So
What? The vaccine is to discourage people from taking those products that you deem to be toxic?
anyway, you know me. You know Leticia. I don't understand what's going on. Like, I just needed a little bit of help.
Cruella says she is vegan when she wants you to think she is. You know who else wanted us to think she was vegan when she was not?
I just needed a little bit of help to recognize who I was and where I was again, so I could be in myself again. And somebody said something about, the way I was approaching the detective. That is how I approach everyone. Are you okay? Do you not understand what I am?
Oh,
What type of person and individual I am? That's why I speak to people this way.
maybe the next time we should cover the whole talking to the detective, because that was within a couple days before this one,
Because
before
it would
this
be
live
like
stream.
almost as if I was speaking to someone else. Almost as if I were speaking to that other side, the people behind the mirrors, the people behind the electronics, everyone that keeps everything tracked and traced. That means that they were printing out pornography in film, old film places, and they weren't saying anything. Perverts. They would just take copies. Isn't that sick? That is so sick. Like, these people, these demons are so disgusting. Now I have to go like the rest of my life without having sex. Like, that's so sad. I'm like, oh my God, no. But it'll be what's best for me in this body.
What we need to do is somebody needs to go to the luxury villa and check the place out. Kind of do like a Shani and Rev type of video when they were moving, of course, from Colorado to Pennsylvania. Somebody needs to go there, check out the luxury villa to see what it's like.
Because I'm sick and tired of people taking advantage of it. And that means
Trigger warning.
no more fun and games about trying to get nice with no boys. They ain't nice. They don't play nice. They don't play fair. They're the devil. Because it's true. Their penis runs them. So, anyway, there's something wrong with them. I don't know. There's something very wrong to want to touch someone when they're sleeping. Normally I touch people, but I caress them. And I'm like, oh my God, I love you so much.
Right, Casper Kitty?
I shouldn't have that lust toward people. I shouldn't have that unless I have a husband. And since I don't have a husband, since I didn't have a husband when I had this child, I should know not to want this child, like everyone else. But I love him. I just love him. Daddy, I love him. I do. I love my child. I do. He's a part of my flesh and blood. I can't help it. And I know I'm being fanatic and I'm being, charismatic even
Don't
within
say
this
the
team.
things
I
that
get
you
that.
do.
I've suffered a lot. This doesn't even feel real to me. None of it. That's why you should understand that those signatures were not viable, not even during the divorce, because I was under so much stress. and tension. None of it made any sense to me whatsoever. The fact
Okay, so this is about the signature. She wants whatever she signed away. She wants to what? Correct that, but she has to go through the courts
that my
then.
children could be
You
removed from my
signed.
side over a piece of paper with a pen scribble on it? No, that didn't seem
You were the one who signed them
very godly
away.
to me either. So I had to look into that too, and I realized that's not right. None of that's right. Also, there's always a loophole and some type of catch-22 in the fine print of
Hey,
these
you did
things.
that.
So I had to realize, oh my God, like nearly all of that had been tampered with. Those papers had been tampered with. None of
Small Lady says, what do you think about Sagittarius Shawty going to LA? First, she has a record, so she will have to get some sort of waiver for that. And hey, if she wants to go to LA, then go to LA. But remember, LA is a harsh, cold, unforgiving city. So if you really want to go to LA, then please be aware what LA is. That's why they call LA Hell A, right? They call it Hell A for a reason.
that would have been viable. That would have meant. Now this is a long one. This is a stretch here. That would mean that I'm technically married if the papers weren't viable in court, which would mean that I was technically married during the time of giving birth to this child, which would have been my ex-husband, so it would have still been kind of naughty, but at the same time still would have protected the child underneath the approach that it had a father at that time, that it had a legal father due to the fact that I
Right,
was technically
Corella? She
married,
could make
because
it.
at the time that signature shouldn't have been viable in order to force that. They didn't even have me in court, which they should have had some type of public defender at that time for someone that was a disabled citizen. So none of it makes any sense. It's all sort of like, ooh, you're finally
Facts,
grains of
Giacomo.
fucking rice sort of sifting through one of those colanders, just like falling through. All of your stuff is just falling through the cracks. You can't even contain it. Like the more I sprinkle, the more I realize, oh my God, all of that was sick. None of
You know what her mind reminds me of? Ashley Hatcher, but not at like an Ashley Hatcher full 100% level. Kinda partly like Ashley Hatcher. If you've ever seen Ashley Hatcher talk, she is just like nonstop. I don't know how she does it, but she does it where she'll just talk nonstop for like an hour and a half, and it's just like incoherent gibberish.
of that was done properly. I didn't even show up. My mind wasn't right, and you're going to expect that those
Right,
signatures were viable?
CMCs?
You didn't have a notary, for one. You didn't have a notary. And even in the courts just now, you stole the child and expected that was going to be okay a week after. There was
But
nothing in my system.
wait a second, there was no notary? Then wasn't there like a line for a witness? Or maybe the official overseeing when you're signing is
Should have been
enough?
in there. If there was anything beyond marijuana, then you understand that was placed into my system due to some other forces, ungodly forces.
Oh,
So I'm not really sure what to say or do anymore. I don't. I just don't. I feel like can we end this? Can we stop this? I need my child. My body craves my child. So does that not mean that that child is still wanted by God? So that child is still bound to me, not just
facts, small
through,
lady.
the spiritual realm, but as well this realm, because legitimate the technicalities between the legalities. There's nothing that you can say that could process in the court of law, in the Supreme Court of law. That's why I try to go toward
Like she's saying so much right now, so much, but it actually, she, at the end of the day, when you really think about it, she's not really saying anything at all.
this route because I have nothing to fight with but my voice, nothing to fight with but my constitutional being, my constitutional rights in this day and age, and stating, hey, I'm a human being that was born into this realm, into this world here in the United States of America, and so far not so good. Just so you know, I've tried to voice my opinion numerous times, but they mistreat me due to these different legislatures based upon our amount of income and our circumstances, sort of like a caste system. If we're down here at the bottom, they mistreat us due to our lack of intelligence and
Yeah, it's a
lack of
word salad.
intelligence toward like the judicial systems and their wording.
Exactly did
That's what they
that.
do. They make it the most extreme so that people won't understand the words and terms. They usually get an attorney. They usually place efforts into that. And seeking an attorney is oftentimes not always the best thing because it proves that there is a lack of innocence. And I have always been innocent in all of
No,
these cases. That's why I wasn't worrying
just because you get an attorney doesn't mean you're guilty.
whatsoever. But now I have to realize
That's
you're
a
going to try to
farce.
place me in front of a judge 3 weeks after giving birth and having a violent birth, mind you, because you had me in a jail cell. Someone said I broke my own water. No, I didn't. It was coming. I was trying to warn you people. You didn't understand. You didn't understand. You didn't understand with terms. You didn't understand I should have been lying and preparing in a hospital. No,
Facts,
you put me in a
Mostos.
filthy jail cell with fucking dirt, putrid rot everywhere. I was pissing in the corner out of spite. pissing all over the walls, throwing my food everywhere, refused to eat. I knew what was coming. It was you forcing
Hey,
me into
Rob.
giving birth. So that's another
Welcome. I did speed her up for a little while, but I slowed her
thing I
down.
could sue for. All
Trigger
of that.
warning.
And there's plenty of footage. There's plenty of documentation. And if it's altered whatsoever, then we all know. I'm not crazy. Either it's CGI or what? What next? What next? Because we're not going to do this bullshit about CGI. Oh, this was you. No, it wasn't. I'm going to straight up tell him, no, that wasn't. And you can't tell me I'm schizophrenic. You can't lock me away forever because we all know that was tampered footage. You're going to go to fucking
Okay,
hell.
tampered
Do not do this
footage.
to Leticia. No.
Tampered stuff where she signed. What else is there?
Don't do that shit.
She
Don't
reminds
play
you
your
of
fucking
Kim
demonic games.
Kessler.
We all know that everything on these electronics can be tampered with after I try to prove my points. And that's why I try to clearly capture things in the moment so that hopefully it doesn't get altered. But we all know things have been sent to other people that have been altered and to sway their perception. And no, you're not going to sway others into believing nonsense. You're not. I don't know what the fuck you're thinking to make people believe shit. They'd be like, oh my God.
Yikes. Sarah Lee says she was pissing in the corner on the walls and complains about being in
I
filth.
would have never thought.
Make it
she
make
didn't.
sense.
They did exactly. They'd stand up for me. So many people that
Hey,
are character
Fluff.
witnesses. No, she would have never. Don't even make it out to be like that. Leticia's too emotional for that. Leticia would never. I was around Leticia 24/7 at times, and she would never. Exactly. So, and even some of that too. I have to worry about my mother's sanity at this point because she's driven mad. Always reminding me, I said some bullshit. I don't even know your goddamn social, bitch. If there's a video with me disclosing your social, that's made up. I don't even know that shit. I don't even know any of
True,
it.
Corilla.
I'm like, I'm laughing. I'm like, I'm being so loud at this time. But the fact of it is, and I'm like,
Right,
part
small
of the
lady.
neighborhood, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Y'all know where the fuck I'm at. Y'all know. So, but the fact of it is like, you guys are sick. When are you gonna stop?
Trigger
I'm
warning.
done.
Good night,
I don't want to
Marie.
talk to your stupid peons either. None of it.
If you gotta take off, you gotta take off. Just smash that like button for me. Appreciate it.
I am not seeking your fucking help anymore. That's just it. You've done nothing but torment me. You've done nothing but torture me. There is no help. There is nothing. There's no help in these systems. Not for someone like me that's so advanced that caught on to them. Not for someone that talked out about them, that spotlighted their humiliated them by spotlighting them. Exactly. I humiliated you, and now you're upset.
For sure, most
and I'm like, I'm
those
sorry. These things were true.
numerous
Here's
times.
the facts. Here's the documentation. Leticia didn't alter it because there's also proof of where she was at every time and everywhere she's accessed and everything. She knows. She's not stupid. That's why she kept a viable breadcrumb trail, like a proper trail. So people knew who's the real Leticia. She's a sweetiekins. She just talks shit. And you don't know her definitions of things because she's just a very creative and imaginative child.
Okay, sure, Letty.
Why are you?
That's what she likes to be called, by the way.
Because I exposed you. Why? But you're always there. You're talking to us autistic kids. You know that. People are like, how can you self-diagnose? It's not me self-diagnosing. It's that I've been told what I might have, and seems to fit pretty spot on the characteristics for it. Plus the way that my mannerisms are. Plus the way I don't even like to make eye contact anymore in public.
All I can say is sometimes some people change over time. Some people change rapidly. Some people change slowly. Some people just show you their true colors. But yeah, she was married. I'm sure her husband had a hell of a time in the years that they were married. I believe they got together 2013, and then divorce proceedings started 2015, from what I recall, because I did do my research.
So it must have been an underlying issue. Have
I heard of Lovely Peaches? Yes. I know about Lovely Peaches. Isn't she still singing?
So
last time I heard.
I don't look forward to you guys dressing up in the local authorities' outfits and make believe that you're someone you're not. I don't like that.
You mean dressing up
when it's real people
in a cop uniform?
So also too, I don't like it when you make believe with all your cars everywhere too and all the looks. All right, I don't like that. I told my mom it's the people with the license plates and stuff.
Yeah, Lovely Peaches.
Different things, and sometimes I see them
is a musical
different
artist,
different places, and I can recognize them until they have to use different people when I recognize them too often. So I tried to explain that to my mom. She thought I was crazy. She wanted me to look crazy too, because if I look crazy, then that makes her look sane. And that doesn't look right at all. Either way, you just can't lie. This shit all happens. They have record of everything. They knew all the fights that were going on.
I do not remember Nana Loves Trouble.
The vibration coming from the home, the mental state of the children, all of it. They have access to all of it. It's not just, oh, you got to get a medical procedure for that. No, maybe they were just telling you over the fucking media so that you knew this shit's happening all around us and you don't even know it. radiation poisoning, X-ray, X-ray powers, seeing through walls and seeing through our bodies, and getting MRIs when we're just in our homes with all this radiation in the air. Duh. The
For
chemtrails and
sure,
all that, and it
Mostos.
makes perfect
Very
sense,
true.
but you just don't want to believe. You don't believe in science.
What's her word per minute?
So
A
anyway,
lot. Very
what's wrong with being so
exhausting.
hateful? Why should I be so hateful
Going
to
in
the people
circles.
around me?
World
This is God's
salad.
green earth, right?
Word
This is
salad,
God's
not
country,
world.
but you've tainted it, and you guys just harbor your resentments and harbor your lies, and you don't want to let everyone in on it. And then when some people catch on too much, then you're like, oh, we need to shut her up. She's living proof. Blah 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 blah. Kill her.
Okay, small
Or make
lady.
her into a zombie and
Maybe I will.
make her work for us for the rest of her days. She's just going to be a robot, just like the rest of you.
I remember when she was on live stream with Malu, and then she showed you know what to Malu. That was epic. It went down in history. Lovely Peaches, that is.
And if you did that, you'd be
Show the
going to fucking
cat.
hell. You would. You'd be destroying everything that you held dear, because there's contradictions everywhere. That's why no one understood that I was talking about that. No one understood that, like, that's what I was discussing about the world around me, and that's why I was writing a novel about it, because everything was a contradiction. There were these people in authoritative power that were sinning worse than the people that they were reprimanding, such as my
Casper Kitty says, I used to work in a homeless shelter. On the side, this girl's vernacular is so familiar.
have
I
not
believe
sinned
it.
nearly as much in my life as I should have. No, really, though, honestly. I better get off here, though. Also, I'm not schizophrenic. This stuff is real. That's why I'm just so calm and patient about it. It's different when it's schizophrenia. You're heightened, you're twitchy, you're all of that. Sometimes I get a little twitchy because of anger and frustration, but it's nothing abnormal.
Not everybody who is schizophrenic is heightened or twitchy, because remember, who is a paranoid schizophrenic, but I believe they say schizoaffective these days, and that would be McHenry Cruiser. He seems like he's pretty calm, pretty there most of the time, but he does get anxious. So if you haven't checked out McHenry Cruiser Bad Boy, then check out McHenry Cruiser Bad Boy.
Everything I do is fairly normal. That's why they know to keep fucking with me, because I am not one to snap easily. There's so many people that they've mind controlled that easily snap, that immediately go off the handle. But they force a lot of frequency into me, and I don't do anything. I just sort of sit there and wait for it to be over. I don't even take any additives for it, because I know that it'll be over with soon. They're just reprimanding me or adjusting my frequency in some.
But small lady, Lovely Peaches has kind of switched to being a musical artist. I don't know. Maybe we could still do a react, but still, she's kind of switched it up. She's into music. She even made a song this year.
Some way or another.
Maybe sung
I
her
get that.
songs.
I understand that, but I need my child. Like, I don't want to be a robot with you're crazy. And it's not that I don't want it. I don't need it. Also, too, that's gonna fuck up everything. So I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't know what you're doing with this story. I was trying to go along very peacefully.
Yeah, old react for
but
sure.
So far, not so good. I'm not feeling well. I need the baby. And I know that that's my earthly flesh demanding of it. I understand this incarnation asks for the devil's work constantly, and it reaches out for everything, even like these electronics and everything. I'm just so intrigued. I don't know. I don't know if learning this much and being put back into the wilderness, if I would survive as well. I mean, I would be more knowledgeable, but at the same time, would I be
Is she the one that did the Itching and Burning song? Let me check that out.
Sort of resilient, sort of, have what is the word? The durability to withstand
the first time she's paused.
Just regular, just life, primal life, plants and animals. What a beautiful
singing
concept,
about
though.
crabs.
To have everything work alongside you instead of working against you.
Yeah, she's the one that did the Burning and Itching song, Lovely Peaches, released in 2017.
I was petting a kitty. You saw that earlier. And he came up to me. He was such a sweetie kitty. I wish I could have cleaned his eye because it was all gross. I love that kitty. I wish I could have held him. He didn't
really
sit in my lap. You saw that.
Really?
He just
after what you did to puppies.
Came up to me and let me pet him a little bit. He was so sweet. Can I have my stuff back now? I advance more when I have actual comfort.
Right, most toes.
When you're pain and suffering me. You just do your advancements during those times because you know that I'll be distracted by something else probably. You guys are weird. I don't know what you're doing overall. I try to give you trust. I try to give you the benefit of the doubt, but I'm slowly thinking that you guys are just crazy and you don't know what you're doing. Because this is
True,
not
Corilla.
This is not proper procedure.
Oh, she's so exhausting.
So what are you doing? Stop it. This is not okay. And you're hurting everybody that hears my story too.
So if we're gonna put a over 1 hour stream in a few words or one sentence, she's upset that she signed her child away and now is saying that the document is fake, false, wrong, supposed to be thrown out.
Everyone
Pretty
that hears my
much.
story is getting hurt by this. Because they're like, I can't believe this. And what are you going to do? Alter the paperwork and make it look like you guys?
Yeah, specifically that the paperwork is altered, the one that's where she signed her child away.
Too many people know me. They'll be like, there's no way that that little girl could have made that up. You guys are stupid. Why do you think I went around, running around, telling everyone, this is not okay? Breadcrumbing. That's what it's called.
Right, small lady.
So,
a lot of videos about a lot of things.
I don't want to do
just
this anymore.
ranting.
I don't want to whine anymore, cry. I just want my stuff. And you guys are sick, and I'm hungry right now because I whined at you. Because you send me too many frequencies. You want to adjust me from my mindset at a certain time. So you switch it. So then it's always hunger for me because that's the main thing that'll drive me is my hunger. Because I'm a glutton. Because I'm a piggy pig. I don't want to fast.
Back,
no.
small lady.
And no. And if you put me in jail, of course I'll fast. But then I'm like, no, I don't want to. Why should I? Why should I? Why should I deal with you? Why should I indulge you? What? No. That's enabling you to be crazy. And be crazy to others. I don't want to do it. No. And I don't want to fast without my kid either. 3 weeks? That's enough. That's enough. You guys should know better. This isn't okay. This isn't okay. If my body is a female and I just gave birth, that child should stay with the mother. What is wrong with you? And even under the watchful eyes of other people, if that's the possible thing, if you think that there's a mental problem, which I don't have, you fuck.
That's one of the things I've noticed. Thank you for that, Corilla. That she likes to eat a lot, especially in camera. I mean, she pays more for food per day than I do.
Eyes of other people, if that's the possible thing, if you think that there's a mental problem, which I don't have, you fucking psychopaths. You just want to make sure that the child is okay. What is wrong with you? You didn't care about me. You didn't care about the baby. You didn't. Because then you would have cared about me during the pregnancy, and you didn't.
People do care. People did care.
That's what I managed on. And I couldn't even support the fucking car payments. None of it. How am I supposed to survive? You don't own me. You don't need to fucking put everything, hijack every price. What the fuck is wrong with you? Insane. Making it so difficult for us to live in this day and age. People are so crazy. And then you guys talked about how all these thousands of dollars and all this stuff. Where was that to save the child? Where was that?
I guess she's talking about the inflation.
Because you didn't want to step up to own up and be like, okay, yeah, let's help her keep the baby. You're all going to fucking hell. I guess I was using the internet so I could doom some people to fucking hell. So I could pray for them and tell them, hey, guess what? You didn't repent in time. You're fucked. Also, give me my baby back. I don't want to do this anymore. Don't.
I'm sure a lot of people gave her options in her stream chats on what to do in terms of this baby and her situation. But once again, she doesn't like to listen to what people say.
Don't. I just want
at all.
Back and
she just does whatever she wants to.
I don't want to play your stupid game. I don't want to play it in court or anything. I'm not breastfeeding him. You're toxifying him. You're damaging my baby. You're damaging him. You're toxifying him. My baby's.
I think the baby's in a better place.
That was it.
Away from her.
And that's it. And
after all her talks about unaliving.
Just clean water. But so yes, there are a lot of demands that this body needs, especially in this day and age, in order to be suitable to be around others and not infect everyone with whatever viral infections you've infected me with. Since I didn't expose myself to very many, I wasn't out there fornicating. 3
Fluff.
Tests, quit trying to tell me some bullshit. Just keep the dick away from me, and don't be forcing people to be all crazy around me to try to violate me either.
The state did take her baby away.
Crazy. I'm sick and tired of you. I'm very hungry. I'm very mad. I'm not quite myself because of the fact that I've been traumatized, especially just recently. What is wrong with you? Like, the trauma just builds. It's not going away. What are you doing? This is torment, cruel and unusual punishment. And you know that. You guys know that. I'm so sick of you. I don't want you doing this anymore. Don't do this to other people either. What is wrong with you? Who does this? Demons. I don't want your filthy money. I don't want you fucking leprechauns. Fucking gross. I don't want to catch your money. Keep your fucking.
But she does want the money though.
Money. The root of all evil. You're evil. You're fucking evil. I just want sweet things. And my babies. They're so sweet. And the fluffy puppies and the kitties. That'd be nice. I don't want to do anything. And the only thing you can make me do is learn more so then I can help you in other ways. But what do you want from me? I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to sit in my head. And then
exactly, Fluff.
And everybody's going to be traumatized for me. And everybody's going to have all that fucking kinetic and energy. They're going to work against you. Fuck you. You're traumatizing everyone by traumatizing me and my child. What is wrong with you? I told you, don't do that. You're hurting me. Give me my things back so I can be calm, so I can relax, so I can slumber well. Like, so I can have a good dream state. So,
Can I remind everybody she feels like her kids are the equivalent of property to her?
anyway, give me my shit back. I'm not even fucking playing with you. Like, I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying so hard to be nice, and you don't understand. You don't comprehend me. You just do not comprehend my language, which is you're gonna be fucked. You're gonna be so goddamn fucked.
Trigger
So
warning.
anyway, I'm very mad right now.
Polygon wrong. Unfortunately, the less she interacts with society, the better it could potentially be for society. Exactly. She currently has 2 children, Fluff.
I'm trying very hard not to be. I'm trying not to let this stuff get to me. But this
Right,
moment,
Giacomo?
I did. And I'll seek God's forgiveness. And he'll forgive me. Because he'll understand. I didn't mean that. And also give me my fucking baby back. Then maybe he'll forgive you. But you don't offer him back freely. Instead, you're damaging him more. And damaging me more. The fuck is wrong with you? I haven't even been able to urinate properly today. What is wrong with you?
What?
Took a big ass shit and you saw that.
Oh.
Fuck you. Fuck you for watching people in their private hours.
Speaking of defecation, she actually likes to live stream or make videos whenever she is on the toilet. And she enjoys it. She loves the sounds, but yet she's saying here that what we are weird for having her film or live stream her being on the toilet and we're listening to her.
You. Fuck you for watching people in their private hours. Fuck you. You can eat my goddamn shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would like
Ew.
my
Ew. Corella says she was kicked out of a gym for shitting in the shower. Ew.
child back, but it's not about liking it back. It's about needing it back, or you're going to be fucking killed, all of you. So, and I try not to say these things because the Lord doesn't like it when I disclose too much to people. Because I tell them that wasn't right. You shouldn't have done that. God's watching. You can't do that and expect that's going to be okay later. It's not okay. So let's make a deal, okay? You bow down to me and I won't have to slit your throats. How's that?
What?
Does that sound okay? That sound fair for when I get up into that power of authority?
What is going
How about
on?
that?
Why
How about
would you
when
say
bow
that?
down and you realize and you reflect on what you've done, I won't kill you. And I won't kill everything you
Trigger
did
warning.
and force you into your own starvation mode. How about that? How about we don't hurt you and you can go freely and I'll go freely too. And we'll just be okay with you enslaving yourself to my purpose, which is the alterations in the world around us, and to make sure that everyone is cared for properly and not mishandled and slip through the cracks. You know what I mean? So, yeah,
Yikes.
I'm pretty sure
The way she talks about
I'm gonna
this
murder you
every
for
single
murdering
stream.
children. That's sad and scary, and obviously you didn't know how to fix things. Obviously you don't know what the fuck is going on in your own world, and you're just like, oh, do, thumbs up our asses. We're too primitive to understand. What? What? So anyway, I love you very much. Today is Sunday, September 18th, 2022, 2 days prior to being into court. But am I going to make it to court?
Thank you for telling me, Corella. The July the 4th one, she goes in on her ex verbally to the camera. Maybe we should review that tomorrow. So let me write that down. July the 4th.
More than likely not, because nobody's calling to apologize, and nobody's calling to make amends, and nobody's making efforts toward the financial backing of me getting to these locations. So how do they expect me to go to court? How do they expect me as a disabled citizen to own up to whatever faults that they're creating? So how do you expect me to financially support that? I didn't think so, especially with the fact that I didn't do anything wrong. So I'm pretty sure I'm owed plenty of rewards. I just haven't thought
AJ
that
Herod.
because suing people is not necessarily the words of the Bible.
She is this is from YouTube, streaming her on YouTube, not my TV or anything like that. She has a YouTube channel.
And an eye for an eye is not really necessarily the word
Love
of
notes for
the Bible
TLC.
either, but utilized in a certain manner, I'm sure it makes sense. If you weren't so demonic and took babies from moms that didn't do anything wrong and just wanted to be financed by the world around her because jobs make no sense, why don't you work a job
What?
then? Why don't you bust?
How does job make no sense? But then you literally half a second later just tell people to get to work a job.
That didn't do anything wrong and just wanted to be
Make it make
financed by the
sense.
world around her because jobs make no sense. Why don't you work a job then? Why don't you bust
I
your
do
ass,
work a job.
break your back to try to raise
I
your
do.
kids that were forced upon you by sluts slutty ass men.
You're welcome, J. Herod. Hey, Sonny Bizzle, welcome.
You need to own up to what you've done. You also need to own up to the fact that I didn't get any money for that child, so technically that child was never given up. Give me my child back, and also the proper accoutrement to take care of the baby. All right, I'm done. This is not funny anymore. This is getting really sick and out of hand. The more and more the hour that progresses, every moment counts, especially when it comes to a child. And you know that. He would be dead by now had you not been force feeding him some trash ass shit.
Exactly, Casper Kitty. The bottom line is she wants to be financed by the world around her. She wants you to get a job, her do whatever she wants to do, and for her to live the life she wants without working at all. She does get SSDI. She does live in her vehicle. She frequents gyms that she typically gets kicked out of for doing things such as shitting in the shower, amongst other things. She also likes to talk to her audience while taking a crap, amongst other things. She also likes to show off body parts, amongst other things.
I wouldn't have been able to breastfeed him. You would have detained him. That's how you treat your own. That's how you treat the men in the world around you. They leave them behind. It's every man for themselves. And he's not even a man, he's just a baby. So what you did was you force-fed him to the fucking dragon. That's what you did. And I'm trying. I gave him up willingly, thinking that the dragon would spit him back out and into my arms. And yet you... What is wrong
Right,
with you?
most
That's
toes.
not how the game is played.
I
What the
don't
fuck?
believe she could.
What is wrong with you? I'm done. 3 weeks is enough. I think enough is enough. Can we be done now? I don't want to play anymore. You're playing too rough. And I've tried very hard not to be fucking callous or to flip out and to work well with others. But this is not funny anymore. Stop it. My body is demanding and
Exactly,
I'm
Sunny
done. This is
Bizzle.
a demand. This is a
I believe both her kids are in a better
primitive,
place.
primal desire
Far
and
away
urge.
from her.
I need to take care of that child. And the same thing with my daughter. So
Very
how can
far
you,
away.
How can you sit there and that's why you allowed men to get away with fornicating with women outside of wedlock? No, they should have still been married. Like, there's a huge difference. So anyway, stop it. You guys are getting crazy and out of hand. Allowing too much of this leeway for the men and not the women. What is out of kilter at this day, in this day and age? I don't even know how
Smash
to
that like button, everybody.
And my ears are ringing.
Really
For
appreciate
what?
it.
Why? What are you doing right now? What are you altering now? To make me go to sleep? Make me sleepy? Make me hungry? What?
Exactly,
It's not
Polly.
even just
Seems that's the
my
place.
normal feelings anymore. And I felt that after a certain point, I was like, well, that doesn't feel normal. There's something in my stomach. Oh, that's weird. That doesn't feel normal. That's weird. Oh, but I was smart enough to still not, to
I'm so sorry you're not feeling good tonight, Sarah. Hopefully you're feeling better soon. Positive vibes your way, well wishes and everything else.
avoid your toxins. And that's why I've stayed sober enough to be able to relay this shit soberly. And like, that's why this story is a huge thing. Conspiracy theories, but facts, conspiracies, facts. I'm getting off here. Fuck you guys. September 18th, 2022. Leticia Collins Servin. Also, fuck you, you stupid bitches. And bring my child back. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Hey, Charlie's mom.
Dumpsters. Fucking trash. Cum guzzlers. You fucking sick fucks. Also, suck my dick, you fucking trolls. Love you. Also, fuck you. Bring my baby back so I can love and give him all the love that I need to give, so I can give you all the fucking hate that I need to offer you. Well, it's about balance. It's about the balance of things. Also, fuck you. Bring my daughter back as well.
What kind of sign off is this?
Why should I care about any dude? I just want my babies. I know I should be like looking for that other side of my partner and everything, but fuck it. Who cares? Like, at this point, I'll figure that they'll come to me if they want it. But my children are still there. I can't just ignore them, make new babies, and expect that they're just gonna absorb into the system. That whatever.
Right, Amy Judy. It's like,
universe. The fuck is wrong with people? Are you okay? Do you understand the repercussions of your actions? Do you understand how stupid you look? Do you understand what stealing from others causes? Do you understand the problems yet? Do you understand? Do you get it yet? Do you understand what it's like to be a child and not have anyone voice your opinion for you? You get that? Does that make sense to you? Karma.
She does, Giacomo.
Fucking what goes around comes around. Fuck you.
Hey, Colleen H. All right, and that is it. So a recap of what we're watching. We were watching Love Notes for TLC. She has a channel where she makes videos and she live streams. She has a penchant for not following the orders of any authority figure. She also has a penchant for saying that pretty much any male that is in her orbit, that they've raped her. She is currently being held for false rape accusations because there was indeed an investigation after she said that a person raped her. The authorities investigated and they concluded that she filed false charges. She also had a baby last month. That baby was taken away by the state because multiple times she has said not only will she unalive herself, but that child as well. So that child was taken away. Plus, she also lives in a car. She wants the government, the same government she blames for a lot of things, on a multitude of problems. She wants to fund her poor life choices. So make it make sense. Smash that like button, everybody. So where is she now? The last time I heard, once again, is that she was being extradited like almost a week ago because of those charges that she has. She did skip out on court a couple weeks back, but they finally caught up to her and then put her in the bin, and she's getting extradited, or maybe she already has been extradited. I'm not really sure. I haven't caught up with her except for a few days ago. So I will be updating people on this current situation. She is very hard-headed. She is argumentative. She likes to twist and turn certain words, ideas, thoughts, actions against people. And there is just, that's just me being, shallow with so much information. Overall, what I will say is that she is a problem where, as I've said before with people, no matter what you do with people, you can try and help them. But if somebody feels they don't need the help, then it's very hard to help them because they don't feel they need your help. So I think she needs to be at a point in life where she feels she needs the help to accept the help and actually make her life better. She's like Foodie Beauty 8.0. Yeah, very much like Foodie Beauty 8.0. Other than that, this is my third stream for Love Notes for TLC. I'll be doing more tomorrow, so catch me with another stream until we get caught up and we are very on the same page with all the shenanigans that she has been going through. Other than that, I am out. It's after midnight here. I gotta go to bed because I gotta work tomorrow. But I will see all you lovely people another time. Thank you, Corella, for all the updates and everything, giving info in the chat. I really appreciate that. So thank you so much. You have been a blessing. A fish by any other name. Have a good one. See you all next time. Thank you, Amy Judy. Have a good one. Jenny B, Mouse Toes, Runs in Circles, Sunny Bizu, Colleen, and everybody else. Please take care of yourselves. Be safe. Aroas, have a good one. Have I heard of Diana Ricky? Same. No, I have not, Joanne, but I did check out. Somebody told me to check out one specific person, Kayana Clark Peace. I did take a look at the videos. So we shall see what happens. But thank you so much, everybody. Have a good one. Even those who are silent and just listen rather than typing, I do also appreciate you. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.